Most people think a stroke is something that happens suddenly out of nowhere. But the truth is, it often begins with something you ate just last night. As a brain doctor, I was shocked to discover that one common cooking oil, used in millions of homes every single day, can raise your risk of stroke almost overnight. The scary part? You probably have it sitting in your kitchen right now. In the next few minutes, I'll show you the science, the hidden danger, and the simple changes that could protect your brain for life. Because once you know the truth, you'll never look at your cooking oil the same way again. When people think about strokes, they often imagine something sudden and unpredictable, almost like a lightning bolt from the sky. But in reality, many strokes are years in the making, built quietly through everyday choices, especially what we eat. As a brain doctor, I've spent years studying how different foods affect the most delicate organ in our body. And I was shocked to discover that one common oil, something millions of families use every single day, can raise stroke risk almost overnight. Stroke isn't just a medical condition. It's the leading cause of long-term disability and one of the top killers worldwide. The brain relies on healthy blood vessels to bring oxygen and nutrients. When those vessels get damaged, clogged, or blocked, brain tissue dies within minutes, and the damage is often permanent. What's terrifying is that the oil I'm about to reveal doesn't just nudge the risk slightly, it directly harms the lining of blood vessels, thickens the blood, and can set the stage for a life-altering event. Most people think they're making a neutral or even healthy choice when cooking with it, but the science says otherwise. The good news? Once you know which oil to avoid and which ones to replace it with, you can dramatically reduce your risk. Imagine the relevance of protecting your brain, staying sharp, and living free of disability. That's what we'll uncover together in this video. Because the truth about oils, strokes, and brain health isn't just about food. It's about life itself. And it starts with awareness. To understand why this oil is so dangerous, let's look at what actually happens during a stroke. Picture your brain as a city filled with billions of busy workers, each one relying on constant fuel. The highways are your blood vessels carrying oxygen and nutrients every second of the day. Now imagine those highways becoming damaged, filled with sticky debris, and eventually blocked. That's what occurs when unhealthy oils enter the bloodstream. They create inflammation in the lining of your arteries, known as the endothelium. This inflammation attracts cholesterol and other fatty deposits, forming plaques that narrow the vessels. Over time, these plaques can rupture, triggering a blood clot that completely blocks blood flow. Within minutes, brain cells begin to suffocate and die. This is why doctors say, time is brain. Every passing second during a stroke destroys millions of neurons. But here's the hidden danger. Before the big event, there are silent warnings. Small vessel damage, tiny clots, and microbleeds happen silently, often for years. The oil we're discussing speeds up these hidden processes. It makes blood thicker, promotes oxidative stress, and raises blood pressure, all major risk factors for stroke. Many people believe stroke is just about age or family history, but diet is a far more powerful trigger than most realize. By continuing to use the wrong cooking oils, people unknowingly fuel the very conditions that lead to this brain attack. Understanding this hidden mechanism helps us take back control, because once you know how stroke forms, you can learn how to stop it before it starts. Food companies promote them as heart healthy because they contain polyunsaturated fats. But the problem lies in how they're made and how they behave inside the body. Refining strips them of natural nutrients and exposes them to high heat, chemicals, and bleaching agents. This process leaves behind unstable compounds known as oxidized fats. Once inside the body, these fats trigger free radical damage, attacking the blood vessel walls like tiny sparks burning holes in delicate tissue. Even worse, these oils contain an unhealthy ratio of omega-6 to omega-3 fatty acids. Our bodies need both in balance, but vegetable oils tilt the scale dangerously. Excess omega-6 promotes chronic inflammation, one of the root causes of stroke and heart disease. Research shows that high omega-6 intake thickens the blood, increases clotting, and damages the endothelium, the very surface that keeps blood vessels smooth and flexible. This means that cooking your daily meals with refined vegetable oils isn't harmless. It's actively putting your brain at risk. And because these oils are everywhere, packaged foods, fast food snacks, and even so-called healthy salad dressings, most people consume far more than they realize. The good news is you're not powerless. By recognizing this hidden danger, you've already taken the first step toward protecting your brain. Let's dive deeper into why refined vegetable oils are so harmful for the brain. Multiple studies have linked high omega-6 intake to systemic inflammation. When this inflammation affects the blood vessels, it accelerates atherosclerosis, or plaque buildup. Think of it as rust forming inside your pipes. Over time, the passage narrows until one day it gets completely blocked. This is the very definition of ischemic stroke. One study published in the journal Stroke found that people with diets high in omega-6 fatty acids had a significantly higher risk of stroke compared to those with balanced fat intake. Another study revealed that heating vegetable oils during cooking produces aldehydes, toxic compounds that not only damage DNA, but also promote clot formation. These aldehydes circulate in the bloodstream long after the meal is finished, silently harming cells. Animal research has shown that even short-term exposure to oxidized oils stiffens arteries and increases clotting potential. This means the effects can begin overnight, not just over decades. What makes this even more concerning is the misconception that vegetable oils are healthier alternatives to butter or lard. Food marketing has misled generations into believing that all saturated fats are bad and all polyunsaturated fats are good. But science is more nuanced. It's not about fat type alone. It's about processing, balance, and inflammation. The truth is, not all oils are equal. Some heal the brain, others quietly destroy it. And the oil sitting in your pantry may be the very one tipping your risk toward stroke. Now that we've uncovered the dangerous oils, let's talk about the ones that can actually protect your brain and lower stroke risk. First on the list is extra virgin olive oil. Packed with antioxidants called polyphenols, it fights inflammation and supports healthy blood vessels. Research from the PREDIME study in Spain showed that people who consumed olive oil daily had a significantly lower risk of stroke compared to those who didn't. Another excellent choice is avocado oil, which is rich in monounsaturated fats that help reduce bad cholesterol while raising good cholesterol. It also tolerates heat better than most oils, making it safe for cooking. Coconut oil, when used in moderation, can also be beneficial due to its medium-chain triglycerides, which are easily used by the brain for energy. For salad dressings and low-heat dishes, flaxseed oil and walnut oil are fantastic because they contain plant-based omega-3s. These oils help balance the excessive omega-6s found in modern diets. The key takeaway is that the oils you use daily can either fuel inflammation or fight it. By switching to oils that nurture blood vessels, you're essentially giving your brain a shield against stroke. Imagine every meal not just as food, but as medicine. Every drizzle of olive oil, every spoonful of avocado oil is a protective dose for your most vital organ. Making this change doesn't require radical effort. It's as simple as choosing wisely at the grocery store. And over time, these small choices add up to a powerful defense for your brain. Oils play a huge role in brain health, but they're not the only factor. Stroke prevention is about building a lifestyle that supports strong, resilient blood vessels. One of the most powerful habits is regular movement. Even a 30-minute walk a day improves circulation, lowers blood pressure, and reduces clotting risk. Hydration is another overlooked factor. Thick blood is more likely to clot, and dehydration silently raises stroke risk. Make it a habit to drink enough water throughout the day. Sleep also matters. Poor sleep raises blood pressure and inflammation, both of which increase stroke risk. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality rest. Stress management is equally critical. Chronic stress floods the body with cortisol, which damages vessels and encourages clot formation. Simple practices like meditation, deep breathing, or even spending time in nature can dramatically reduce this burden. And of course, nutrition goes beyond oils. Reducing processed foods, cutting excess salt, and eating more is. Vegetables, berries, and fish all lower inflammation and support brain health. These habits aren't about restriction or punishment. They're about empowerment. Every time you choose to walk instead of sit, rest instead of scroll, breathe instead of worry, you're literally reshaping your brain's future. Stroke is not inevitable. It is preventable. And the power lies in your hands, in your kitchen, and in your daily choices. Making the switch from dangerous oils to healthier ones can feel overwhelming at first. After all, these refined vegetable oils are everywhere, from fast food to packaged snacks. The first step is awareness. Start reading ingredient labels carefully. Words like vegetable oil, soybean oil, canola oil, or corn oil should raise red flags. At home, replace these oils with extra virgin olive oil, avocado oil, or coconut oil. Use olive oil for dressings and light sautéing, avocado oil for higher heat cooking, and coconut oil sparingly for flavor and medium heat dishes. If budget is a concern, remember that a little goes a long way. You don't need large amounts of oil to prepare delicious meals. For baking, try using applesauce or mashed bananas as partial replacements for oil. When dining out, don't be afraid to ask what oils are used and choose grilled, steamed, or baked options when possible. Transitioning isn't about perfection. It's about progress. Even cutting your intake of refined oils in half can reduce inflammation and stroke risk. Think of it as upgrading the fuel for your brain. Just like a car runs better on clean fuel, your brain thrives on clean fats. And the sooner you make the switch, the sooner your body begins to heal from the hidden damage caused by years of exposure. Change may take a little effort, but the reward, a sharp mind and a healthy future, is worth far more than the price of a bottle of oil. We began this journey with a shocking truth. A common oil used by millions can raise stroke risk overnight. But the story doesn't end with fear. It ends with hope. Knowledge is power, and now you hold the key to protecting your brain. Stroke is not a random act of fate. It is the result of choices, habits, and small daily patterns that add up over time. By removing harmful oils, choosing healthier ones, and embracing supportive habits, you give yourself the gift of resilience. Imagine a future where your memory stays sharp, where your body remains strong, and where you have the freedom to enjoy life fully without the shadow of stroke. That future is within reach. It begins with something as simple as what you cook with today. Every meal can either inflame or protect. Every bite can either weaken or strengthen. You don't need drastic measures or expensive solutions, just awareness, consistency, and small, meaningful changes. The brain is remarkably forgiving. Even after years of poor choices, it responds quickly when given the right support. So let this knowledge inspire action. Replace the dangerous oils, move your body, rest your mind, nourish your brain, and know that you have the power to shape your health story. The best time to protect your brain was yesterday. The second best time is today. And with that choice, you secure not only more years of life, but also more life in those years,